Welcome to the Social Club. Those of you watching for the last couple of weeks, we are building the all-time Premier League 11. You picked your goalkeeper, it was Peter Schmeichel. I can reveal right now that the greatest Premier League left-back of all time that slots seamlessly into our team so far. We all knew this was going to happen, to be honest. Yeah, Ashley Cole.
Breaks my heart, Dad.
Right-backs we will be revealing next week.
If it's not Gary Neville, you need a slap.
Ooh.
Vote now.
Vote now. Go and watch last week's and vote now. Today we're going to be picking or putting up for vote centre-backs. Let's get into it then. So what we're going to do is we're going to put forward some notable mentions first. See if we can throw any tempters out to the other people in the room. And then we're going to be doing our actual picks, and then you get to vote at the end of the video. So, I've got James, go on. Who's your notable mention?
Okay, my notable mention is Ledley King, who obviously
Rolls Royce of a defender.
obviously had problems with injuries, but when he was fit, was incredible. And the fact that he was able to be a world-class centre-back when he wasn't even training for a team that... And he also stayed, unlike other centre-backs that might be mentioned in this, wasn't a traitor, didn't leave, so he gets extra points. He gets extra points for being a one-club man.
Hang on a second.
And staying
the
with...
flav right there.
He was awesome. He was absolutely brilliant. And the stats won't be in his favour at all, which is why he won't...
He played 5 games his entire career?
5 more than you, mate. He's done like...
Why is that relevant?
A cracking player. Him and Woodgate, when they played together, both struggling with their injuries, but Ledley King was an absolutely incredible player. Would have got a hell of a lot more caps if he was able to stay.
If he had legs, yeah.
Still had pace when he was had literally no knees. Incredible centre back.
Barry, notable mention.
Traitors, Abel Xavier. Talking of traitors.
Nicky Barmby.
Notable mention is Sol Campbell, following on seamlessly from James's link.
Nice.
Just a fantastic defender. Yeah. Fans might have a problem with everything else that goes with him, but he was brilliant for Arsenal and for Tottenham.
I thought he was absolutely top class. No one's got Sol Campbell as their actual.
He's not made him my team, but when you've got your two centre backs, you kind of want. I said to you before, you want one who's like great on the ball, does the passing. Then you want one guy who's just scary.
Knows how to defend.
Yeah, and Campbell, to be fair to him, actually, probably got a bit of both. He was all right with his feet. I think when he first played for Spurs, he actually played defensive midfield or centre midfield, so he did have that quality. And obviously Arsenal played a lot of football as well. But he's a traitor, so.
No, I agree on that. Are we agreement on that? If we were to pick a pairing, we'd go with your one commanding, your more cultured centre half, and one little dog who throws himself in front of the
little dog.
Chris Perry-esque.
The Chris Perry.
The rash.
Stefan on show style.
Yeah. Stefan on show. Yeah.
Stefan on show's a shout, by the way.
Colin Hendry.
Stefan on show's a shout.
Is he?
He is absolutely.
Jesus, rose-tinted glasses are like. Are you serious?
He single-handedly won Liverpool. People give
with the handball.
Exactly. People think Michael Owen won the FA Cup final in 2000.
He made a brilliant save.
Show, left, right,
down, 3 saves, 3 handballs.
But he was that. Yeah, I am.
He was a good
defender. As far as the archetype goes,
no, he was a good defender.
That having someone who literally throws the nutsack on the line.
Throws the nutsack on the line.
Phil Babb, you could have mentioned there.
Notable mention. Phil Babb. Poor bloke.
Anyway, Liam, who are you going for? Notable mention.
Tony Adams.
Wow.
Really? He's not your nominee.
He's not your nominee. He's not my nominee, no.
He's not your nominee?
No.
You swap your nominees then?
Yep.
Okay.
Wow.
Don't
right.
pull it behind the curtain, mate.
Have you not seen a Wizard of Oz, James?
Sorry.
Tony Adams.
Just out of interest, though, Tony Adams, I mean, he kind of crosses over that, the old Football League and the Premier League era, because I've actually got it in front of me. He's won 4 top division titles, but he's only won 2 Premier League titles. So does that count against him in this? Because it is our all-time Premier League.
You know what
11.
I think with Tony Adams is that he must have been some defender, because he said he was bevied after time he played, and he was still brilliant.
Yeah,
so
he's
imagine if he wasn't
fantastic,
bevied, he'd have been
brilliant.
even
There's another guy who's a one-club guy.
Footballer.
Was it 3 consecutive decades he's won a league title? Obviously
I'm
not a
wary of
Premiership, but
caring about that.
why?
Go on,
Because why do titles? Surely it's your performance.
Well, performance helped win the
brilliant.
title.
He was brilliant.
You don't rate Adams as
Yeah,
centre
but
half.
you're part of a team, aren't you? You're part of a
Yeah,
team.
but-
It's Gerrard never won a Premier League title.
No,
Is he better than Lampard, who won loads?
But
A lot of people said
but
he
he
is.
did win like a Champions League.
Okay, yeah, that's great.
Don't know if
And
anyone's
you know,
ever mentioned
more importantly than that, he dragged you to a Champions
Exactly,
League.
exactly.
That's the difference.
No,
That's
but
why
you
I
don't
think
think-
it's
no,
not
no,
that
no,
much.
You don't think Adams is worthy of a shout?
Oh no, of course. No, I think you should put him. So we're allowed 5 in the poll. I think he should be. I think he should be.
I think in terms of he scored again, it's hard because of again, the crossover in the era. We're talking about. I'm sure someone will bring up John Terry, who is like the top goal scorer in centre half in the Premier League. But Tony Adams actually scored more career goals than John Terry. He scored 45.
Wow.
But he started in the 80s when he was playing through the Football League and stuff. So again, for this, I think Tony Adams should
Put it
be.
into
Tony Adams
context. If he
should
had
be
been
in there.
sober for his entire career, what kind of player would he have been?
Who's
Really,
your,
though?
Paul, who's your notable mention?
My notable mention is Matt Elliott.
What?
I thought you were going to go Paul Warren.
Okay.
Yeah.
Paul Warhurst.
Paul
Oh my
Warren.
God.
No,
He's a
going-
striker,
going for
isn't
centre forward.
Amazing.
Yeah, Matt Elliott, because, and it's a bit hipsterish, I'll be perfectly honest, like, but I
was a
thought he was
beast.
tremendous, and
He
he was
was.
in
Hang
that
on.
Leicester. Matt Elliott was in that Leicester team that would.
Which one was he?
What do you mean?
The one
he
with
was the
skinhead
commander.
blue eyes.
I know who Matt Elliott was. Which one was he? He was a dog,
Oh,
wasn't
right,
he?
yeah,
And
yeah,
Steve
yeah.
Walsh
Oh,
was a
right.
dog. Who was the best?
Steve
of
Walsh
all?
was the dog. And
Steve
Matt
Walsh.
Elliott, because Matt Elliott, I've got it. Matt Elliott scored 22 goals and got 14 assists, which for the centre half. When again, Tony Adams 45 goals. I actually haven't got his assist here. John Terry had 40 goals and 12 assists. Just to put it into a
Matt Elliott had just had them across for a goal.
He was,
Great
he
set
had
piece play.
a few, a very short period of like toward the late 90s when he
when the
was as
League
good
Cup,
as anything. He was people were banging on about him when he'd have an international career. Would he move to a bigger club? I think he was linked with Liverpool very briefly. Barry, do you want to give us your who you putting forward?
As my pick will be Rio Ferdinand.
Rio Ferdinand.
Just to pick James out.
Okay, sounds okay.
Just to make you, yeah.
So Rio Ferdinand. Well, why
Rio
Rio
Ferdinand.
Ferdinand?
Quite simply because he was a brilliant defender, but he was also brilliant on the ball.
Yeah.
Good in the air, quick. Sorry, Jay. Quick, he's looking at me on the throw. Is that Kevin Galling you want to throw?
People are going to wonder what this is all about. You'll find out.
You'll understand.
Ferdinand just a fantastic ball-playing centre-back, but he had everything. He had the pace, he was good in the air, and he never really got beaten.
But did he? Has anyone seen him lift the FA Cup? Have you seen him lift the FA Cup?
Seen Steve Gerrard win a title?
Exactly. 6 Premier Leagues, 3 League Cups, 1 Champions League, 1 Intertoto Cup.
Nice.
West Ham. Remember that? Sticks long in the memory, yeah. Absolutely.
No, just a fantastic defender.
Yeah, no.
I would say of all of them, he's the best. Of all of them.
You think?
Yeah. Everything.
I think Ferdinand's
Walks through
What
personally.
did you think of McKeeper?
He had
At
one
the
great
end.
game, and then
He was done. No,
It's a
what
long
he was
story.
done.
It's a long story.
He was
done,
already
wasn't
done.
You know.
He was done.
He was
done.
He didn't fit a team down the bottom at all.
The thing about... Yeah, I can't argue too much with the Rio Ferdinand thing, but the thing for me, and people go, look at what he won and
You've
look at the
set
stuff
that
he
up like
did.
you're going to argue with it.
I am going to argue it because I think he typifies like so many that golden generation, whereas I don't think he was as good. You know, you look at the best centre halves for other countries who created great centre halves. I don't think he's up there with the Cannavaros and the Nestas and the Maldinis.
But
and all
they
that.
never played in the Premier League.
No, but exactly. But the point is,
Why are you not think-
I can't wait to hear yours.
I always thought he was a liability. I always thought he had
Rio?
He had the ability to switch off, the ability to play too much football. If you know what I mean. This sounds again. There's holes.
He's just playing devil's advocate for the
No,
sake of it.
no. I don't. Like I say, Rio Ferdinand, tremendous footballer, and I think probably the best. But
Yeah, I
I
saw
don't think he was as good as he.
I
as he
saw
should have
Alan
been.
Hansen, mate, who was absolutely brilliant for Liverpool at stepping out with the ball. But he had occasions where he'd switch off, he'd lose the ball, he'd concede goals. Still one of the best centre-backs I've ever seen.
Okay.
Ferdinand, absolutely the same. Yet they're going
Didn't score enough
listen,
goals.
he's going to make mistakes.
Scored an absolute whopper against you, didn't he? Last
He's
kick of the
He's
game.
going to make mistakes because he's playing with the ball, isn't he? He's trying to take them chances and bring them.
John Stones defence.
No, it's not. It's nothing. John
No
Stones
notable
is
mentions for
nothing
John
like
Stones.
No,
Weird.
yeah.
Any
Surprising.
notable mentions for Toby Alderweireld?
it. No. Next.
Better than
Richard
Jack
Dunn.
Elka.
Liam, who have you gone for?
Vidic.
Behave.
Nemanja Vidic.
Nemanja Vidic. Nemanja.
The man who still wakes up in a cold sweat thinking of Fernando Torres as the back
I,
of
listen,
Fernando Torres.
I don't deny that Torres had
Torres
Vidic in his
tore him,
back
didn't he?
pocket. Having said that, Vidic is... It's my personal love affair with Vidic because he's just that old, just knocks 7 belts out of your centre half. Like, I was saying this off camera to the lads as well, that Sir Alex Ferguson was talking about Vidic and why he loved him so much as a defender is that he actually loves to defend.
Yeah.
The rest of the players, if you're a defender, you still have visions of glory inside the box and you want to beat 9 men, but ultimately you're still a defender. But Vidic just loved to defend. Vidic just loved to mark a centre forward and kick lumps out of him. And come the end of the game, he'll mark his score on how many boots he got into the centre forward as opposed to how many goals he scored. And I love that about him. And it was no worse or graces about his game. And with Ferdinand beside him, it was right. Rio just said, "Go there, stand there, do that, kick him." That was it. That's all he needed to do, and it worked. It did work, yeah. So the man's Vidic for me.
Okay, sound. I'm gonna go with.
This is ridiculous.
This is so.
I am gonna go with Sammy Hippie. No, yes, I am. Sammy Hippie because he was the archetypal commanding centre half for me, in particular in that period for Liverpool, playing that Champions League side. He obviously didn't win the league because we haven't won the league in forever. 2 FA Cups, 1 Champions League, won the UEFA Cup with us in 2001 as well. Captained Liverpool for a while before handing over to Steven Gerrard. Scored goals, scored important goals, scored on the volley, you know what I mean? He scored goals in the Champions League and he scored against Juventus, I think.
Still did left for the club after he finished Liverpool as well, didn't he?
You know, we let him go a season too early. Did 10 seasons in the Premier League. 2.6 million we bought him in for from some no-mark side.
I always got the impression that he was really smart in the way that he defended because him and Carragher weren't the quickest, so they had to be.
Defend.
And he very rarely got caught out.
Yeah,
didn't like Duncan, did he?
He didn't.
No one does.
UEFA Team of the Year once, PFA Team of the Year twice. So I'm going with Sammy Hippie. So, James, who's left of the good defenders that have played in the Premier League? I know you. I'm so sorry. I know you did.
You're not sorry at all. You're loving this.
Yeah.
You're loving this.
You know when you rise up out your body and you can see yourself and you're going, don't do it. My dad, I can see my dad just screaming.
We could have a piece of Czech scenario all over again.
Bias aside, it has to be.
Who Czech? I didn't quite get it.
John Terry has to be.
Vincent Kompany.
The most impressive, one of the most impressive performances for an away player at Loftus Road was John Terry after the whole Anton Ferdinand thing. And Loftus Road is tight.
Yeah.
And the noise when he touched the ball was incredible. But he was so nonchalant, didn't give the ball away once. And that aside, for a sustained period of time, he's got that Tony Adams aspect to him as well. He's got to be right up there. He's quality on the ball, great feet. Hasn't got huge pace, so he's had to change with the times a bit as well.
If you take away his personal life, he's probably one of the best centre halves England's ever had.
Yeah,
ever.
and do you know what, if he was.
I mean, you look at it. You know, he came through Chelsea's academy. Although he originally was at West Ham, he was 14, I think it was. He moved to Chelsea. 4 Premier League titles, 5 FA Cups, 3 League Cups, Champions League, UEFA Cup. I said earlier, 40 goals, 12 assists from a centre half.
Many caps did he have?
Loads. And he,
just curious. I was just curious. Loads of caps.
Absolutely tons, mate. It takes too long to count them.
Yeah.
But I think because there'll be people, probably Liverpool fans, watching this and saying like, "Why didn't I make a case for Jamie Carragher?" And I think I could make a case. Could have put him as my notable mention. Because Jamie Carragher, for me, it says the Liverpool defenders. I talk about like Stefan Oncha was that puts his body on the line. And I think about the Champions League final, Jamie Carragher getting cramp in his groin, making a last-ditch tackle, going off the pitch, stretching out, runs back on for the set piece, and does it again and goes down with cramp again because he was
phenomenal.
And as much as it's similar to James, to be perfectly honest, as much as it galls me to say it, John Terry just had that little bit more than he scored goals for the start. You know what I mean? Jamie Carragher did not score goals. You know, nothing sum Carragher's career up better than his last ever game in a Liverpool shirt, and he hit a 35-yard pile driver. Yeah. Of course, against QPR. And you know, it was said at the bar, and he, you know, if it'd gone in, it would have been like wow. But it wouldn't have been Jamie Carragher's career for that to go in.
I think Carragher was very unfortunate in that he was around the same era as Ferdinand and Terry. If either one of them hadn't have been around, Carragher was straight in there. There was so little but to choose between the three of them, but I think the other two were just a little bit better.
And he fell foul of that thing for England as well. I forget which tournament it was, where he stepped up and took a penalty, scored it, and had to retake it, and then missed the retake. So he carried that with him as well to a little extent instead of other fans. But no, I don't think you can argue with John Terry. The fact that he's technically still going as well. I think you're right, James. I think it was a good pick for you to pick John Terry.
Done,
totally of your own volition. But in fact, any more names quickly to throw in the hat before we go? Are we all comfortable with the...
Yep, Stam, Jonathan Woodgate.
Woodgate, really?
What?
Good, wasn't
In
good
terms of talent, amazing. Again, injuries, it gets you. Doesn't make you a bad player.
I just didn't think it was
That's true, actually, no. Chris, any more you want to throw in? No? No.
So what are our 4 and which one are you adding?
So we've got our 4, and then James has left it to me to add the 5th person
This
up
is
there.
Sylvain Distan or something.
Sylvain Distan, come on. No, it's got to be Tony Adams. It's got to be the 5th one. We happy with that? Good, because that's who we're going with. Right, if you want to vote, you can do by clicking the poll in the corner of the screen. If you want to expand on your thoughts or opinions as well, let us know in the comments below. In fact, I want to know from you in the comments below who you think of the people we've put through would make the best pairing as well. Let us know that, and what about them would make them a good pairing as well. Or if we've totally overlooked anyone, let us know again in the comments below.
Distan.
You were saying Jack Yelke before?
No, but just remember Distan managed to persuade someone that he wasn't a woman, that he was a milkman. French, this is in Liverpool, this is, a French-speaking physique, like a bodybuilder, as a milkman. Incredible.
Go ahead.
You carry that off, that's incredible. Driving like a Bentley.
That makes you the greatest.
The greatest. One of the greatest ever Premier League defenders.
Colo had a moment like that though, didn't he? With the shower curtain, like Colo was invincible, won 2 Premier League titles with 2 different teams. 2 FA Cups, 2 different teams.
And he had his dance.
Too late, he's not going in. But let us know in the comments below. Check back next week where we'll be going. What should we do next week? Left wing?
Yeah, go on then.
Left wing next week. If you haven't watched the rest of the video so far, watch goalkeeper, left back and right back. They'll be available on the Ball Street YouTube channel.